Hey everyone, we are seeing more and more cryptocurrency smartphones being released that have cold storage wallets or have software wallets in them. This is something I think we're going to see more of. In the live stream yesterday, I briefly talked about Samsung, and the rumours are that they are releasing a cryptocurrency phone in 2019. It says here that could the Galaxy S10 have cryptocurrency functionality? I'm not sure. I think that would be fantastic if they did. I think it would blow the rest of their competitors out the market, but I'm not sure. You know, at this point, I'm not sure if they are going to release the S10 with cryptocurrency functionality, but I do believe they will release a cryptocurrency phone. Samsung are in a great position in the market. They're the biggest phone company in the world. They release phones from like $10 all the way up to like $1,000 or so, and they make chips and panels. They make everything. So Samsung are definitely going to release a cryptocurrency phone. I've got no doubt about that. A few weeks ago, I talked about the Htc X One, and again, this was based on Android. You can buy this with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. You can't use fiat to buy this. Specs-wise, this was quite an interesting phone. You know, it's a 2018 flagship phone. It's got a Snapdragon 845, 3,500 milliamp battery, and all that. Can record at 4K. You know, audio looks good and all that as well. So yeah, I talked about this a few weeks ago. I'm still in two minds as to whether, you know, this is something I would buy or not. But I think the Exodus One does look like a good option, if I'm honest. Hugh Simpson contacted me recently, and he asked me to talk about the Sirin Labs Finney phone. And this is it here. Now, this phone was announced earlier in the year, about April, May. I believe it was officially released last month at the end of November. And this is it here. Looking at the phone, and maybe I'm being persuaded here by the little logo down the bottom, but to me this looks like a BlackBerry phone. You know, the silver casing around the side. It looks a little bit like a Key One from this angle. It looks like a very well made phone. It looks like a premium phone, and you can see the Finney blockchain smartphone, state of the art, ultra secure mobile device with an embedded cold storage wallet. Now, looking at the Finney phone and looking at the Htc X One, they're about the same price. HTC, obviously, they have a proven track record in the phone world. I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan. I've had a couple of HTC phones, but they're quite bad at software updates. But yeah, HTC do have a good track record in the phone world. This company, I don't believe, do. Certainly not to the level that HTC do. But this does look like a good device. Now, it's got a token system built into it as well that's, you know, kind of working behind the scenes with a lot of things with it. One of the coolest things, I'll show you this in a second, but you can see here this little photo down here on the right hand side. They've got a dual screen, and this little screen, it shows you your seed, your keywords for your password and all that. And this dual screen is basically the cold storage wallet element of it. They've got an emphasis on security, and they've got a decentralized app store as well. So definitely the focus is cryptocurrency. And definitely the market is people who use cryptocurrency, people that trade, people that buy coins, sell coins, hold coins, hodl coins. As far as price goes, it says here $999, $899. $899 is without tax. And you can see this coal black or pebble grey. They look very similar colour-wise. When you go to the checkout and it defaults to United Kingdom, it's coming up $1,078.80. So the best part of $1,100. This thing ain't cheap. It really isn't cheap. Now, I'm going to show you the phone in a second, but what I will say is that the website really doesn't show you a lot as far as specifications go. So I want to go back to an article that was earlier this year, and this summarises some of the specs that aren't on the website. The display is 6-inch display, 18:9 aspect ratio, 402 pixels per inch. The software is Android 8.1 Oreo, Snapdragon 845, which means it is a 2018 flagship phone. You know, it's kind of coming out the end of the year though, because Snapdragon 855 phones will be coming out in about 3 months' time in the Samsung S10. 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage. It takes a micro SD card slot as well. 12 megapixel camera at the back, f1.8. 8 megapixel on the front, that's f2.2. The battery is only 3000, which for a 6-inch screen is actually quite small, so battery life could be a concern. Fingerprint sensor, I'm not sure what that is, I'll show you that in a second. Bluetooth 5.0, cold storage wallet, NFC, so that's near field communication for payments and things like that, and it's IP52 water resistant. Now, if I go to the website, this is a little bit annoying with their website. See if I scroll down, go to more info. So this is it here. Finney, the first blockchain smartphone, $999, 2-inch multi-touch safe screen. For some reason on Firefox, this graphical display of theirs doesn't work. Very, very annoying. But I have to, because of this, I need to jump over to Chrome. So this is it in Chrome. It scrolls nice in Chrome. They've obviously designed it for Chrome users. It doesn't work with Firefox. So you can see that the phone's spinning around here. Built-in cold storage crypto wallet. 12 megapixel main camera. Now, just to kind of scroll back up here, on the back here, I'm not sure if that is a fingerprint sensor. I'm not sure. I can't see any information about that. If it's not there, it could be an on-screen fingerprint sensor, but I'm guessing it's this part here. I'm guessing because the camera looks to be there. The camera's there, sorry. That's the camera, and then the LED light and all that is there. Scrolling the wrong way. Okay, 8 megapixels at the front, and you can see this dual 2-inch screen thing at the front here, at the top. This is where the cold storage wallet works. And when you're using the phone, you will see this at the top. 128 gigabyte storage, micro SD card slot as well. Down at the bottom here, they've got about the Sirin operating system, which is built upon Android, so I suspect you can continue to use Android applications. Built-in cold storage wallet, decentralized application center, D-Center, that's their branding. Learn and earn, okay. Token conversion service, cyber protection, behavioral-based intrusion prevention system, fancy. Blockchain-based, full tampering-proof, physical security switch for wallet protection, secured communications, voice over IP, text, email, free factor authentication, biometric lock pattern, behavioral. Crowd sale, they raised $157 million, fourth largest ICO at the time. Okay, so we'll just go back to the homepage for a second. As far as the phone goes, as far as the design goes, I believe that this is a sexy phone. I really do think it's sexy. I think that go back to the homepage here. I think it kind of does look like a BlackBerry, which is no bad thing. Does look well made. You'll probably find that this does scratch easily, but yeah, one of those things. Specs wise, it's pretty good. It's perhaps coming at the end. It's coming at the end of the year. In 2 months' time, this will be a phone from last year, if you know what I mean. It's got 2018 specs, but the new Samsung phone will be out in like March, and then we've got other phones coming out in April and May. So in a few months' time, this will be last year's technology. But you are paying a flagship price. You're going to be paying $1,100, $1,000, $1,100. So using Android, so it should be good. The cameras, I've not tested the cameras. I've not seen any photographs being used in a review or anything like that. My guess is that the cameras are going to be average at best, and I think this is one area where it will certainly fall behind the Exodus One. I got my words out there at the end there. So yeah, if you look at the Exodus One, this has got a 12 and 16 at the back and two dual 8 megapixel cameras in the front. It can do 4K at 60 frames per second. Now those specs are really good for any phone in the market, never mind a cryptocurrency phone. In comparison, this one with the 12 at the back and the 8 at the front, I think this is going to be an area where it falls. But everywhere else, as far as the security goes, as far as the decentralized app store and all that, that looks, it all looks good. I guess one concern is the fact that this company isn't known for making phones. We've seen this with the co-founder of Android last year, Andy Rubin. He released a phone, him and his company released a phone called the Essential Phone, and he released it at a very expensive price point and came out lots of bugs, very few updates, and this is something I see a lot. There's a lot of companies out there and they're operating in their first or second year of business, and they're going against companies like Samsung and HTC and Sony that have been in the phone world for the best part of 15, 20 years now. And they might produce a really good physical device, but when it comes to software updates, you might not get the software updates as you would expect. And maybe if you buy the Sirin Labs phone, maybe after 6 months or 9 months or whatever, you get no more updates to this phone because the project wasn't successful or whatever. There's always a risk of that, so be aware of that. Now, one thing you have to be aware of is that your funds are going to be on this phone. And that raises, a whole other subject. I suspect they'll give you your seed for the cold storage wallet, and they'll give you some way to recover your wallet if you lose your phone. I mean, it's a phone. It's in your pocket. It's in your jacket pocket, your jeans pocket. You set it down all the time. There's always a risk of it being stolen or losing the phone or putting it in the washing machine or dropping it and smashing the glass. And in a situation like that, not only have you lost your phone, but possibly your funds. So they'll give you a way to restore your funds with the seeds in the wallet and all that. Now, I couldn't see any kind of a software wallet for you to download and access your funds remotely in your computer or something like a public key. Hopefully you don't have to go out there and buy another phone. That would be ridiculous. And certainly be ridiculous if it happened 2 years from now if the company isn't selling the phone. $1,100, it's a lot, but it's probably the price you'd be paying. It's the price you'd be paying for a Google Pixel phone or a Samsung Note. So yeah, it's the same price as the HTC X does one as well. But I don't know. For me, it's a hard sell. You can pick up, this has got the same CPU. It's got the same amount of RAM. It's got the same amount of storage. It's got a lot of the same specs. Probably got a better camera, and this was like $300. And in comparison, this thing is $1,100. So I'd effectively be paying $700, $800 more. It raises the question as to how important it is to have a cryptocurrency wallet, a cold storage wallet in your phone. As far as funds go and as far as my phone goes, the app I mainly use, I've got a couple of different apps here. I've got Coinbase and all that, but the app that I normally use is Economy. And I use that every now and then. I normally don't store anything more than a few $100s there, but if I've got like change in exchanges, I've got like $5, $10 here or there, I'll just send it to this wallet. Anything more than that, then, well, I generally try and store it USB flash drive with the wallet.dat file, or I put it onto a hardware wallet. And that's what I'm thinking with these smartphones, is that if this is a one-off device and you're not going to see it again, if this isn't going to be the norm, then there's a good argument for, just using a regular cold storage wallet and just keeping your phone separate. But I do recognize that there is a market for this, and I do think it's pretty cool that this device does exist. The ability to, you don't have to mess about and bring your ledger anywhere with you. You can just do it directly from your phone. You can secure transactions. You can do it with your phone very easily. And it seems to be a secure system. So I do like the concept of it. But the question is, do you want to have your cold storage wallet in your phone? That's certainly a question. But what I would like to see, and following on from Samsung's announcement and Exodus announcement, and of course the Finney, so you get the Finney phone, the Exodus One, and Samsung. This line here where it says, could the Galaxy S10 have cryptocurrency functionality? I love that idea. I do love the idea of not just using a software wallet in your phone, but having a proper cold storage wallet that's secure, that can provide your key and all that. I do like the idea of that. I guess the $1,100 price point is probably what's put me off the most, and the fact that it's, this company is not tested in the phone world, and lack of updates could be an issue later on. But I do love the concept, and I think it's a pretty cool phone. So I'm kind of on the fence in some areas with this because of the price and all that, and because I'm so used to using a software wallet on my phone that just stores a few $100s, and using a hardware wallet to store other funds. But I think in the future, this is going to become more common. And I would love to see this become the norm. I'd love to see this kind of functionality as far as decentralized apps, as far as a second screen being used for your seed, or going down the Exodus route as well. They're doing things a little bit differently. But I do like the idea of this being built into mainstream phones. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for cryptocurrency to be adopted on a mass level. I want it to be adopted by everyone. And maybe this is what this is. This is a stepping stone for cryptocurrency to be accepted. Maybe these are niche phones right now. Maybe these are, products that aren't going to be sold to the masses. But perhaps over time we will see a lot of this functionality be refined, and then it will cross over and it will be placed into regular phones. Let me know what you think about it, guys. I'll leave links to the Sirin Labs website and the HTC X's one in the Samsung article as well. Check them out. Let me know what you think of this phone. I think it's quite a good looking phone. Does look like a business phone. I realise some people don't like that design. I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, let me know what you think about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Do leave a comment below, and I'll speak to you all in the next one. Take care.